Welcome back to This is VANCOLOUR. It's been a year, you know? Maybe not a great year, but a year nonetheless. And since it's our last episode before the new year, we're gonna have a little bit of fun and wonder who deserves a lump of coal in their Christmas stocking this year. Here to share their naughty and nice list, the best criminal defense lawyer in the province, and my counterpart on the Soapbox Social panel, which you can listen to on CBC's On the Coast with Gloria Makarenko every Thursday at 4:10 p.m. She is Kyla Lee, and joining her is the legendary BC broadcaster, the president of Down Syndrome BC. She is Tamara Taggart, and this conversation is supported by Shelter Point Single Malt Whiskey, distinctly Vancouver Island, uniquely Shelter Point. Tamara, Kyla, so nice to see you. It's been a bad year though, right? If we're being honest.
Horrific. Terrible. It's the worst.
It just seems to be getting worse. I mean, we thought we're out of the pandemic, but there's more stuff that happens.
I never thought I'd be nostalgic for 2020.
Wow, that bad.
I feel the same way. Yeah, it's been terrible. The world's on fire. It's a horrible place.
So let's blame some people about this terrible year that we've had. Let's start with the naughty list. Who is on your naughty list? Kyla, let's kick it off with you.
Police that are continuing to insert themselves into politics.
Wow.
Yes. You cannot have cities defund the police when the police are basically running the mayor's office.
Who are you talking about?
Yeah.
Definitely not the city of Vancouver. Look,
Does said police officer even live in city of Vancouver?
So Brian Montague on city council,
right?
Not a Vancouver resident.
Oh, wow.
And yet putting forward motions about how much money, as a former police officer, the city of Vancouver should be spending on police.
Now, what's strange about this is that they'll have Vancouver City Council meetings and they'll be hearing from the public, and then they'll often ask the public, like, do you even live in the city of Vancouver? Mm-hmm. So why aren't they asking city council that question if they have a councillor who doesn't even live in Vancouver?
Because
that's a very good question.
That councillor was totally supported by the Vancouver Police Union, who supported Ken Sim. And that's a huge base. And a lot of people who do live in Vancouver who give a lot of votes and wrestle up a lot of votes from their connections and their power.
So you've really gone at the city of Vancouver and the VPD, but I'm also thinking about Surrey.
About Surrey? Your favorite topic?
That is my favorite topic. It seems like policing has really dominated Surrey as well, which detracts from a lot of their other issues, right?
Yes. And if you look at, what happened in the previous government in Surrey and now the way that the only focus in Surrey has been on Brenda Locke essentially resisting this transition to the Surrey police force in a way that's preventing them from addressing issues with schools, preventing them from addressing, to the extent that a city can, issues with healthcare, working with and cooperating with the provincial government to bring the necessary resources to Surrey, more rapid transit options for Surrey. None of these things are progressing because it's just a fight over which police force gets to be policing in Surrey.
Wow. Okay. That is a hot take to kick us off. Tamara, you got to top that. Who's on your naughty list?
Yeah, you know who's a city of Vancouver?
Oh, we're double dipping.
I know. Wow. Normally I would go like hardcore provincial here, but no, it's the city of Vancouver and the Stanley Park train.
But that was great. They brought it back.
Bad?
Yeah.
Because the Stanley Park train has always had an accessible car.
Right.
It is, since for as long as I can remember, there's a car on that train for wheelchair users or people who use walkers who need assistance.
Makes sense. Yeah.
When they brought it back through private donors, AKA the mayor's friends, they brought back their cars and they did not bring back the accessible car. Now, that is a violation of a human right for disabled people because it is in our Accessibility Act that you cannot remove something that was already there, an accessibility that was already there. And
wow.
They did. They brought back the train without, and it was very quiet and nobody really said anything. And it may not seem like a big deal if you don't need a wheelchair, but it is a very big deal because not only are you saying that, hey, any kids that use wheelchairs, you can't come to the train this year. Mm-hmm. You're also saying the same thing to parents that are disabled. You're saying it to grandparents that are disabled. You're saying it to a sibling that's disabled. Anybody that needs, you can't go on the train. Like, not for you. And the thing is, it's not to, somebody said to me, oh, well, so is nobody supposed to go on the train? It's like, well, that's what accessibility means. Yeah. Inclusion, integration, all of that. It means that everybody is welcome.
And especially when they had a cart that was accessible, not prioritizing bringing that online. I can see your frustration. That makes a lot of sense.
Hey, got to have your swagger. And, you know, I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to break the trend. I'm going to buck the trend here. I'm not going to call out the city of Vancouver for my naughty list. My naughty list is landlords that have obscene, wild demands for their tenants. You've all seen the listings of like, hey, I need a roommate, but also you have to be my friend with benefits.
Ew.
Or we've seen the listings that say, yeah, looking for someone to rent out my space, no noise, no cooking, no guests. Like they'll have these wild demands. And I think that that is just obscene behavior, and those people are dirtbags.
Yeah,
okay?
but
Those
wasn't there that couple too that just had the baby, and the landlord was going to charge them an extra $600?
Exactly.
The strata, yeah.
Obscene. That landlord is a dirtbag. I'm going to say it. I know it's a hot take, but it is what it is.
As a renter, like landlords like that make people like me scared to go to my landlord when my washing machine breaks or my hot water heater breaks or my plumbing is impacted with roots. All things the landlord should be fixing, but I'm fixing out of my own pocket because I'm terrified that if I ask for something, I'll be labeled a problem tenant and they'll be on a mission to kick me out.
Name and shame those landlords.
I agree.
They're the worst.
Yeah.
Let's try to end it on a happy note.
Let's try.
Can we?
Is there anyone aside from ourselves that we can put on the nice list?
I would put Bo and Ma on the nice list. Yes, I think she is doing so much for women right now.
Okay.
She is leading by example. She's breaking glass ceilings. She's, first of all, one of only a few racialized women serving as cabinet ministers, and then doing it while pregnant. And I think she's the first racialized woman to be a cabinet minister while pregnant, and now has given birth and is going to be bringing her baby to work, demonstrating that you don't need to necessarily force women to stay home, that you can make accommodations in the workplace to allow for women to be parents.
I love that. Okay, shout out to Bo and Ma. I like that. Tamara?
I think it's great that menstrual products are available now for people in washrooms, and you know the federal government's making them available. We're making them available here in schools. School districts are doing it. So we're starting to see free menstrual products.
Yeah, period poverty is definitely a serious issue, and it is good that this is now increasingly becoming more standard in all bathrooms.
You should never have to pay if you bleed. You should never have to pay for anything for that, as far as I'm concerned. I also think that all birth control should be free and available to anyone that wants it to.
Okay, well, that was a good nod. I think mine's a little controversial on my nice list.
Really?
Yeah.
Are we going to still be friends with you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope so. Politicians in BC.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Here's
Which
the thing.
ones? Besides Bo.
Who are you and what have you done with the real Mo Amir? What?
Here's the thing. This was the first year, 2023 was the first year since 2016 that BC didn't have municipal, provincial, or federal elections. And so you know what? I'm going to give them their flowers for this one. I'm glad we didn't have an election in what was already a hell year. We're going to have one next year, maybe two next year, who knows. But for this year, I feel like they gave us a little bit of a break. So kudos to them.
That's really, really, really nice of you.
Yeah.
I feel like I owe them I owe them one, so I'll throw them this bone, right?
Yeah. Why not?
Christmas present.
Your shirt says
them.
nice. It's nice Mo today.
As we wrap it up, we've talked about who's naughty and who's nice. Is there a message that you want to send to British Columbians to kind of close out the year, something they should think about going into the new year?
I think we should all leave all the hate and anger towards each other in 2023. It's hard enough. Everything's so expensive. There's so much stress in the world. Let's try and love each other and be respectful towards each other and agree that we can differ on opinions in a polite and kind way.
Wow.
I know, it's
agree.
off-brand for me.
I agree 100%. And I would also say that maybe some self-reflection that if things are going good for you in your life, it doesn't mean that it's the same way for others.
Right.
And if you can afford groceries, it doesn't mean that everybody can. If you can afford period products, it doesn't mean everybody can. If you just think about other people, because a lot of us are in our privileged bubble and we forget what it looks like outside of that bubble.
sure.
And so I think it's, just to be exactly like Kyla said, right?
Yeah. I want to build on what you said, Kyla, because I think that we should be a little more charitable towards each other in terms of interpreting what we say and what we do. I often see that things, especially in this very charged political global environment that we're in, there's this tendency to make the worst interpretation of what someone says or does without cutting anyone any slack. And I'm going to try to work on that as well. I know I can be very critical of politicians and landlords alike, but I think going into the new year, we should try to cut some people some slack and maybe, gain a little more perspective.
Yeah, and we'll play this tape again next year and see how we did.
And shame me. Please
all
do
be
shame
embarrassed
me.
at our decisions.
Ladies, thank you so much for your time tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Folks, you'll see them right here in 2024. BC broadcasting icon Tamara Taggart and criminal defense lawyer extraordinaire Kyla Lee. Thank you to Shelter Point Single Malt Whiskey for supporting local conversations. For everyone on your nice list of legal drinking age, be sure to pick up a bottle of Shelter Point Single Malt Whiskey this Christmas season. Now, after some business, we can't end the year without a rant, and I have something a little different for you tonight. Up next.